Welcome to Gospel Stories. This is a podcast of the Town Church that we are intentionally sharing stories of different people of our church. We want to hear, how has God worked in their life? How has God saved people? I think we're going to find that it is different. It's a variety of ways that God does that. My guest today is Mr. Andy May, or Money May, as he's affectionately known as. Andy is a key volunteer for us. He heads up the AV team. I know a bit about your story, Andy, but I'm sure I don't know all of it. So I want our people to get to know you just a little bit first before we get into your story. So the question is this: at home, with you and Lauren, and now a brand new son, is there a meal that is a go-to meal for you that you make all of the time?
Are you asking that I make, or
that you personally make? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard because I'm not a very good cook.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because the last time I cooked, the fire department almost came.
Are you kidding me? Like it just started burning, or?
Yeah, like it was just macaroni. No. So that was when before I was married. I got a little bit better. So like what I can cook is very limited if you would call it cooking. Like, well, last night I made pancakes. I don't know if that's my go-to, but it's something I can make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
that's good.
Peanut butter and jelly. I'm pretty good at that too.
The Kirsten and Vince shared that they make peanut butter and jelly quesadillas sometimes, and so it's warmed up, but it's just in a tortilla. Huh. So that sounds good. Yeah. That passes. That works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question, a get to know you sort of question. With where you are right now, Andy, in life, and define that however you want, are you where you thought you would be when you were much younger looking ahead?
I would say no. The reason why is because we thought we would have a children before now.
Okay.
But we just recently adopted our new son. So yeah.
Which is an amazing story in and of itself. Yeah. A long story though, a story of waiting. Yeah.
Just waiting on the right time and God's sovereignty on that, and I'm just trusting in him. So yeah.
Okay, Andy. So that's going to actually tie a little bit into your story, I think. If you wouldn't mind sharing your story, I'm going to ask you some questions, but share your story of how God saved you. What were some of those key people involved, or any sort of timeline, or key places, heart conditions? So if you wouldn't mind sharing, and then I'll probably ask some questions as we go.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in a Christian home. My parents were very mature Christians. They had a great relationship with the Lord, went to church.
Did you go to church with them all the time?
I did go to church with them.
Okay.
Mostly because that's what they wanted us to do. It was like on Sunday, you had to go to church.
Okay.
So, went to church. It was... faith wasn't really that important to me at the time. I thought how you got into heaven was I thought I would get into heaven because of my parents, because of their faith. I was like, that's how it works, right? God, like, because your parents are believers, they should cover you, right? That's how it should work. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really care that much about my faith or who God was. I just assumed that He would save me if something was to happen. I would just go to heaven. And I think also at the time, like, I really struggled with identity of like who I was as a person and who I wanted to be. And that was, kind of like in the high school age where there's, I work with high schoolers too with part of my job, and I see there's a lot of struggle there with hearts too.
Can you put into words who you felt you were versus who you wanted to be?
Yeah. So I think what I wanted to belong to something.
Okay.
Very, very bad.
Okay.
Badly. and I wanted people to love me for who I was, and not what I could do for them.
Okay. Were you finding that people were loving you because of what you could do? Was that part of it?
Yeah, I think that was a huge part of it. Like, I wanted to belong. Basically, I wanted to belong to something.
Okay.
And also felt needed and wanted as well. So what happened is during this time, our town started to change a little bit, and we saw different cultures coming in and different people coming in at that time. And with that kind of came in kind of like this bad sense of crowd where, I started to get involved with kind of those people. And I thought they really loved me. They appreciated me. But later on, as I continued to become friends with them, I was like, yeah, something's missing here. Like, they didn't really love me for who I was, as mostly they loved me for what I could do for them. And some of that was like, hey, I would basically all through high school, I helped people like cheat their way through high school.
Huh.
And I also, during that time, like our town was changing a lot. There's more like criminal activity, and I slowly got involved with some of that stuff, from like helping, like people could tell me I could tell people where to go and buy drugs, where to get guns if you needed guns. And I also had protection from, if I needed to be protected.
So wait a minute. So are you saying that you were that might be the wrong word, but like a mastermind of sorts? Like, yeah, you knew what was happening. People come to you, and you could let them know what they needed to know.
Yeah, yeah. So in a sense, it's kind of like what my job is now as an operations director.
Yeah.
But I was operations director
for criminal activity.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Man, so that's quite the progression, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some different crowds come into town. You start to get to know them, and it just keeps it going at some point where you become the go-to guy for what needs to be known about criminal activity.
Yeah. With that, but also just helping. Yeah, if you needed something, I could probably get it. Something like if you I needed help with this test. Well, I could help you with that. And some of that was like, the teachers like knew my family. Like my parents were very respected in the community because they had a great relationship with their church, and people were just assumed like, oh, Andy's a nice guy, like, yeah. But I think also like there was and then I have with my older brother, he was like really super smart and intelligent, and school came easy for him, whereas school came hard for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I really needed help there with that. So instead of me trying to find a way to do this help, I kind of went the easy way and just like, hey, this is easy just to kind of cheat my way through instead of figuring out why it was hard for me for school.
So, man, I have so many questions. I won't ask all of them. So you found a way to get through school and help others in a cheating sort of way. Yeah. But it means that you had some sort of ability or gift or skill to be able to position yourself in that place. Not even just at school, but as you alluded to, like in the community at large.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think it was like I enjoyed like basically helping people out.
Huh.
Like,
And
whatever I do.
so it was a good desire that you have to help other people out,
Yeah.
but how it expressed itself was twisted.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So so I was kind of involved with some of that stuff, and and then I was also involved with my church, where I was supposed to be a leader within our youth group, but not very good leader. Like, I knew the stuff to say, but it really didn't stick to my heart that much. And then there was this conference, or like a over the summer, start of my junior / like senior year, where it was one of the youth workers. He just approached me and said, I think you should really come to this conference. And I was like, yeah, this seems very lame. Like, they're just gonna probably talk about like Jesus in a circle and do like kumbaya. It's not gonna be fun, But I think the youth leader could sense, or maybe it was the Holy Spirit speaking through him, that Andy needs something that he can belong to, that is true, and something that's not going to like kind of like feed your heart, or stuff like that, to kind of just have something that's whole, and that's something that you can never fill. So for the youth leader, his suggestion to me was, hey, you should really come, because there'll be lots of girls there. So I think we should use that in
evangelism more often.
For our youth group. Like, hey, you should come to the youth group, because there's girls there.
A lot of ladies.
Yeah, a lot of ladies.
And it worked.
I said yes, because I was like, well, of course, I want to meet girls. Like, yeah. We went to this conference over the summer, and to this day, I still remember like sitting in this room, and the person that was speaking, he was talking about different masks, and how we can have different masks that we put on for like different people. But he's like, no matter how many masks you put on for like different people, there's God and Jesus can always see through those masks to see the true you. And I just remember like sitting there and just like, man, this is like, it's so true. Like, I had been putting on these different masks, like masks for my parents, how they wanted me to be, masks for the people at my church, masks for like people in my high school, and like so on. And I think I was just tired of it. And I was like, I need some type of belonging. And it was Jesus. Jesus, it was like Jesus Christ. So I immediately leaned over to the youth worker, and I was like, I need to talk to you about something. So he just took me to the back, and I just told him everything.
Oh, you did? All the different masks you're wearing, you shared that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I just said, I'm just tired, and I don't know what, I know I need Jesus. And,
wow.
I prayed to receive Christ. That day, and I know I needed to change. And so I went back, started my senior year, and I knew I needed true friends that loved me for who I am, not for what I could do for them, not what I could do for them. So I started to look for that. And then I also started to trying to figure out why school was really hard for me, which I turned out that I have a form of dyslexia that I never knew about until I started to do that. And by God's grace, I was able to kind of step away from some of that criminal activity and not really get too involved with it anymore. Just kind of walk away from there. And then I went off to college. I graduated, and all I knew about what it meant to be a Christian was you should go to church.
Okay.
So I went to church, and then I found on campus another Christian organization that really, truly loved me. And one of the things I have always struggled with was is other men loving me in a godly way.
Okay.
It wasn't until college where I really experienced love from other men in a godly way.
Huh. Okay, so you're at this conference.
Yeah.
And the way that God particularly grabs your heart is you feeling tired of having the facade, all the masks, all the different Andes that have to be depending on what that relationship is.
Right, yeah.
Right, so an exhaustion. It sounded like you were describing a little bit with that. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I think I was at the point of I cannot go anymore. I think it was kind of my breaking point. But I need something that is true and that is strong as well.
So why, I don't know if you can put words to this, why were you convinced that Jesus was that thing that was true and strong? Was it because of being in church and things that you heard? Was it because of your family? Can you pinpoint what that was or not?
Yeah, I think it's going back to those masks of hey, if Jesus can see through all those different masks and still love me for who I am, then that's
Huh.
Then I was that's total love there.
So, man, yeah, that's powerful. So you turn your life over to Christ that night.
Yeah.
It's a process, right? But let's just pinpoint that particular moment. Turn your life over to Christ. What was you? And you said over time that you came out of the criminal activity. You started to adjust some of those relationships. Can you describe a little bit what it was like immediately after that? Did it feel different? Was it like a night and day sort of thing, or was that gradual too? That you started to grow into something different?
Yeah, I would say. I would say it was gradual, but I think after that night I had a sense of hope and belonging that I didn't experience before.
So, did you ever question if that was real? When you trusted Jesus then to save you, was that something you ever wrestled with after that point, or was it not? You were confident that this is different, this is where I'm at, and I'm going to be making some different decisions moving forward.
Yeah, I think, I think for me it was I knew he was my father, and I wanted to continue to follow him. I mean, it wasn't wasn't easy. I would say it's. I mean, it's still not easy, but the hope that he brings me, is why I continue to follow him.
You shared earlier that it wasn't until college that you really experienced a healthy relationship with other men, right?
Yeah.
So what that means though is that you went your entire senior year of high school and now being a Christian, but never having that hole filled, at least not fully.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And yet God by his grace still held you for that year.
Yeah.
So tell me, so God holds you for that year of your senior year of high school. And then college happens. It was within that Christian ministry that you became a part of that you realized the healthy relationships, or was it something different?
Yeah, I would say it was in that. I think it was like two things. One was within that ministry, but also within the church that I was attending.
Okay.
So the church that I was attending, they did this like morning breakfast every week, and they called it like, I think it was like men's fraternity or something like that. But it was where I got to come and meet other men in different stages of their walks in life, but also different stages in the walks with the Lord. So for me, it was like very encouraging to see, like there was a 70-year-old man who was still on fire for the Lord. And I was just like, oh, wow, this is like really cool and exciting. And then within the like college ministry, it was like people my age that were in the same walk of life that I was, but they had a relationship with God and loved me for. Well, hey, when I sinned, there was forgiveness there, and not like legalistic, like, oh, you have to pay us back now in a sense, but no, like you don't have to pay me back for anything.
Okay, so if we zoom out like all the way today, as you look back over the many years that you've been a Christian, can you put into words how you've seen God work in your heart? How you are saved and He is saving you.
Yeah.
He's growing your love for Him. He's sanctifying you. Can you describe a little bit what that process has been for you?
Yeah, I think the process has been. I would describe it as a roller coaster.
Okay.
So you have these ups and downs, you have these banks and these turns, but no matter what, like whenever you're on the roller coaster, it's always fun. And for me, it's always been, even though it's been like hard, but I'm on this ride, but it's to me, it's very, very exciting to where the Lord is taking me. But I think also just the security I have of Him in my knowing my identity is in Him is very reassuring for me.
Are there a couple of heart issues that have been particularly challenging that you have noticed that God keeps hitting over and over and over and over again to grow you?
Yeah, I think, this selfishness, like I didn't realize how selfish I was until I got married. And now I really realize how selfish I am when I have a baby. So I was like, oh my gosh, really, really selfish there. And also, I would say pride is a huge thing too. Like, especially I think as men, we want to be proud, and we also don't want to come off like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Especially within our culture, is like if you come off that way, then you're kind of like laughed at. Like, hey, you should know. You should know things.
I have a fear of being seen as incompetent.
Yeah, Yeah. And I also think one of the things I still struggle with is the fear of man. Like what will somebody else think of me? But I think that's the cool thing is how the Lord has walked me through that. I mean, it's still a struggle. You know, like Paul talks about this all the time, like the flesh will come after you all the time. But the cool thing is like we have like a solid rock, which is God, that will not change no matter what. Like he is there. So and no matter how, like whatever life throws at me, I know that Jesus will be there because he is solid. He's a firm foundation. Yeah.
And life has thrown at you a number of things over the years. You said the roller coaster, the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
You certainly have experienced both of those things, and at the same time have experienced, like you said, God being a rock through all of it. Whereas middle school, high school, trying to find that rock someplace else, didn't find it. God got a hold of you, saved you, and now you're His through the continued ups and downs that you're going to experience and have experienced. But that rock has not shifted. Whereas everything seemed like it was shifting. It sounds like, at least when you were in high school, or at least trying to find where's that rock.
Yeah, I think high school was trying to find what was a firm foundation for me, and trying to like grab at different things, and nothing was like sticking. I was just basically sinking. Yeah.
How much of your story do your parents know?
They know somewhat of it. I think there's some things as a parent, I'm a parent now that I look back and I was like, it's probably good that they don't know a whole lot.
Yeah. Huh. How's your relationship to your parents today? Did your becoming a Christian change that relationship? I'm assuming it did.
Yeah.
But is it radical? Is it just like, I don't know, it's morphed a little bit?
Yeah. I would say it's changed quite a bit. I think one thing was realizing as I'm continuing to grow my Christian walk is everyone is a sinner, no matter what. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're not going to sin. But the cool thing is the redemption that we have, that we can come together and be redeemed within Christ. So I think my relationship with my parents is I think I've learned how to forgive and to give grace more.
Huh. So some of the key pieces of God drawing him to yourself was growing up in a church. So you're hearing at least truth, right? And some of these maybe weren't all positive, right? So growing up in a church, attending a school where your family is well known, and so you're actually maybe given more grace than what you should have been given. Some of the different groups of friends that you had, and some of them really, really negative, is all a piece of this. And so then feeling the emptiness or the searching there. Being part of a youth group, a leader in a youth group where you should never have been a leader, but being a leader in a youth group, right? Yeah. So that's another mask. But then having a leader who noticed something about you and invite you to this conference, and certainly the speaker at the conference, God using that to hit on something in your heart. Could you have put in words before that night at the conference this mask idea, or was it just a feeling that you had that now everything seemed to crystallize around?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a feeling, but I think I also knew that I was living different lives as well.
Okay,
and especially like junior, senior year, you start to understand your emotions a little bit better and what that, and I think overall I was at the point of like something in my life needs to change. Mm-hmm. I can't stop lying to everyone. Yeah.
And then that night, Was it, yes, I know everything needs to change, and the answer is Jesus. And for the first time, I've thought the answer is Jesus, even though you grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Or was that?
Yeah. I think it was that. It was like, yeah, I was like, or it might have just been, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
And maybe this is it. And this is what I need.
Like, you grew up in the church, though, so you at least heard that message many times to some degree.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't until that night where you were finally ready to, I don't know if surrender or give up is the right phrasing, or like finally give it a try. Maybe that doesn't do it justice either, but saw the hollowness of all the other ways, maybe.
Yeah, it's very similar to like the story of Jonah, like he runs away. God's like chasing him, like wanting him to go. And I think the Lord was for sure chasing me. Like that's the greatest thing about our Lord is he will chase you no matter what. And I think I finally was like, okay, Lord, I need you. And yeah, I want to, nothing else is seeming to work. I don't know where I belong, but I know I probably belong with you.
So a beautiful giving in of sorts.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but it seems like God graciously brought you to the place and even enabled you, in a sense, to finally give in. Yeah. And he's never let you go, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. Like he will never forsake me or abandon me. He is always there, and he's the same as today as tomorrow.
I mean, we could even push it further to say God graciously allowed you to experience the hollowness and the shallowness of all the different relationships, all those different masks, let you experience the bitterness of that, right? Yeah. All in his sovereignty to draw you to himself, where that night you finally broke in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is how God, like before time, right, chose to save Andy May. Yeah. Money May, right? My story is very different, but God just chose to do it in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm so hopeful that this podcast over time shows all of us, that God uses so many different stories in his perfect plan to save us and draw us to himself. So, Andy, thanks for sharing your story. I know there's a lot of more nuances and ins and outs there, and I'm going to offer up your time if anybody wants to ask you questions. I'm sure Andy would be happy to talk more in person.
Yeah.
Andy, appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.